It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, we're all the way back here, rolling right once again here, bright and early on a Monday. You believe that, right? We're all bright-eyed and just not bleary, not dragging, not. Yeah, okay, let's just get on with it. Remember When with Uncle John, sponsored by some wonderful people like Sherwin-Williams House Paint, 315 Jefferson Street, right over there here in Camden. 836-8125. Greg Bradshaw and his staff can hook you up for all your interior and exterior home painting needs. Not cars now, home.
And ProMed Ambulance, serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County. Give those good folks a call at 1-800-634-0436. Get signed up on their Priority Membership Ambulance Care Program.
There you go. Also, Shopper's Guide, our good friend J.J. Lindsay over there can handle all your printing needs.
Posted signs, no trespassing signs, any kind of stationery, business cards. You need it printed, JJ's your man.
Absolutely. And be sure to catch our podcast anywhere you can find podcasts like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, YouTube, or you could even find us on the Radio Works Facebook page. So what do you want to talk about here on a Monday, John?
A cultural beginning.
Oh.
December the 12th, 1964. They began shooting the pilot episode for Star Trek.
Man, I love Star Trek.
Gene Roddenberry.
There you go, 1964.
1964.
You know,
a long time ago.
When that first, in a galaxy far, far away. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
Yeah. But, you know, look back at those old episodes of Star Trek and look at all the things that have came to pass.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all the things that everybody shook their head at that time that are now commonplace.
We got just about everything, but that what do they call it? The beam me up, Scotty. The transporter, yeah. Energize me or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
But they got pretty much everything else. They got, you know,
the cell phones went through a phase where they looked every bit like what they use on Star Trek with those telecommunicators.
You know, it was I remember being a young boy. And my mom and dad didn't want me to watch it.
Really?
You know, because it was kind of futuristic.
It was out there.
And scary, and you know, it was kind of
almost didn't seem realistic.
It didn't seem realistic, and it wasn't realistic at the time. But you know, people didn't have the concept of science fiction then, and now it's not science fiction.
It was groundbreaking on so many different ways. You go back and watch those old Star Trek episodes, and like you said, 1964 now, of course. A lot of people were very socially advocating, you know, in 1964 and all that kind of stuff. Even later, as you got close to 69 and all that. First biracial kiss on network television.
Right.
You know, attacked so many issues like slavery or basically communism, socialism, all kinds of ways that you run a country and all that kind of stuff. A groundbreaking TV show disguised as sci-fi fantasy.
And you know, it was I still like to watch, which I haven't in a while, but I like to catch those old episodes of the early days of Star Trek, and it's just, you know, it's just amazing. And you look at those people and you look at the things that they were doing and the technology that they had, you know, on the show. And it's just amazing.
Well, yeah, with spaceships and shuttles and energizer beams and lasers and tricorders and communicators and all that, a lot of people got into all the sci-fi stuff and everything. Yeah. But, you know, Gene Roddenberry was really a genius because you look at what he had with one of your first African-American females in Lieutenant Uhura. Yeah. You had a Scottish person. On there, you had a Japanese person, which right after World War II and all that kind of stuff was still kind of groundbreaking. Later, they added a Russian.
Right.
I mean, again, groundbreaking. And talk about all the social things. The cold-blooded, nothing but logical, scientific Spock versus the very emotional Dr. McCoy and Captain Kirk stuck right in the middle of them.
It was groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking on so many different levels, with the special effects, with the social commentary. One of the great, and of course, still going on today.
Right.
I mean, they're still making movies. They're still making TV shows.
That's right.
And how many knockoffs about Star Trek have there been or anything?
And I never could make my fingers do that like they did with the Vulcan.
Oh, the Vulcan sign?
I never could do that.
Oh, no, I remember as a kid, we all practiced that until we could. Our fingers might not bend too many other ways, but we could do that.
I couldn't do it.
Hey, folks, from me to you, live long and prosper.
And I want to remind everybody, tonight is the men's fellowship meeting, the Chittister Baptist Church. We're going to have a great meal, going to have a small message after the meal, a lot of good fellowship. All the men are invited right there at the Chittister Baptist Church on Tates Bluff Road in Chittister. Be there about 6 o'clock. Meal will start about 6:30. Everybody's invited. Come on out.
Don't miss it. It's going to be a good time by all. That's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today. But we'll be right back here tomorrow on a Tuesday, ready to do it all over again. We'll see you then, Johnny.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.